Okay, I guess I'm going to start. All right, my name is Dolores Kunda. I started with the LCA in, I guess it was 2014 is when I first connected with the organization, very early in its lifestyle. And I have to tell you, I cannot tell you how excited I am to see how the organization has grown. I mean, this has been a labor of love on the part of many, many people. One of the reasons that I got very involved in it is because I was on 2 corporate boards, and I frankly was tired of being the only Latino in the room. And, you know, there are many of us who have lots of talent and have lots of giving to corporate America. We all have tremendous careers, and the fact that we are not excluded, but ignored, not recognized, is something that is tragic. And there have been many studies that have been done, they're getting more and more quantitative, that show that when you have a diverse board, that it translates to the bottom line. It translates to profits. It translates to creativity. And so for me, this is why this organization is so important. And I can't tell you how thrilled I am to see so many of you here and to see how much the organization has grown. So, gracias por venir. And, you know,
I'm going to have Lily go next because it's great to hear from us and Dolores on the board, but it's also good to hear from one of our members. Yes, thank you.
Lily.
Yay! Gracias, gracias. So, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Lily Gilboleta, and I am the CEO of a cultural intelligence and marketing company called CM Plus. But here I am proudly standing as an independent director of now 2 boards, 2 public boards, and 1 private equity board. So I sit on the board of Zoomies, that if you have teenagers in your life, you probably love it. Global retail lifestyle company. Also in the board of RCN Television and AUA Private Equity Partners. But the fun part of the story is that, you know, we all continue this journey of showing up in places where we are the first. So I was the first minority and Latina and female in the Zoomies board, right? But it takes one of us to penetrate those rooms to start changing. Because I am so proud now, fast forward. Oh, and by the way, when I first got that position, I was 42, so the youngest at that time, and now I'm the chair of the NumGov committee. And when they told me, I hesitated for a millisecond. I'm like, oh, that sounds like a lot of work. And it is. But if we don't take that position of authority and power, then who's going to be nominating and pulling us into the room? So fast forward, years later, in our last slate, as we were looking at candidates, I was very shameless, and every one of my candidates was Latino. Ozzy is getting tired of me asking him for lists and names and all that. But sure enough, our newest director that got elected into the Zoomies board is Carmen Bauza, former chief marketing officer at Walmart and many other places. Yes. But here's the cool thing: we went from like no minorities to now there's 2 loud and proud Latinas on the board. So watch out, Zoomies. And it's just so rewarding to know that when we are in the room and are intentional about it, we can pull each other into that room. And 1 seat at a time, those statistics that are so shameful sometimes will get better. So I'm excited to be here, and I am so grateful, Esther, because you are such a voice for our community. You appear on big stages, television shows, and everywhere. And Ozzy, this week you connected me with Bloomberg to do an interview. Let me give credit where credit is. He's like, not me.
A Latina in the room.
Well, let me tell you. So Jeff, right? Yes. We finally connected from Bloomberg. He's like, I was very unapologetic. Hopefully I was okay. But he was asking me, you know, why are we not making enough progress and everything? So he said, Jeff, I don't want to be anybody's charity project or compliance theory checkbox. it's like, it just makes no business sense if the boardroom doesn't have the mindset and the foresight to anticipate the growth that we represent as a community in consumers and workforce. I mean, look at the numbers from this morning. So it's gonna be fun whenever he publishes all the crazy things that I shared. But the numbers are there. We are here. So if each of us pulls in one more Carmen into a room, we will, compound the effect. So thank you, Esther, for your leadership. And thank you for putting us together here and meet new friends. So I'm now in Dallas. So if you live in Texas, I'm a new Texan. After 16 years in New York, I have made the leap and I'm in Texas now. So thank you, and meet somebody new and pull somebody in.
Say that, besides the fact that we increased our membership more than tripled, and it continues to grow, our vision and our values is to pay it forward. And every time we interview someone new who's on a corporate board, who wants to join the organization, we tell them, well, our value statement is about paying it forward. Is this something that you will commit to? And so, I won't give away what I'm going to talk about tomorrow, but simply to say that that's precisely paying it forward. I mean, Dolores coaches and helps so many executives in her role, both also at the foundation, and then we've got Lily. We're going to grow this thing, certainly by the external push, but it's got to be also us. What are we doing? And so that is an important piece of it. So thank you for prefacing that. I did want to mention my awesome team that is here. Monique Navarro is our communication leader. Okay. Out there, and we're getting our message out. Guess what?
Monique.
You go, girl. You go, girl. You go.
And we just have so much information to put out there. It's phenomenal. And Carmen Jorge, who is our VP of Operations. She teamed up with me. We both teamed up together to grow and establish the Corporate Institute. And she has just been there from the beginning, doing so much. And then, of course, everybody knows Ozzy. It's the passion he brings into the role that's in connecting people and having, that value proposition show and advising and putting our members and all Latinos forward. Is really, you do an amazing job. Thank you for that.
I love you.
Yes. Love the LCA team.
And our fearless leader.
Yes.
See her on the main stage tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I always say I have the best team on the planet.
Yeah.
But look, we're doing the second thing that I want to emphasize about our membership, besides paying it forward, is also, our members want to connect locally or regionally in member chapters, not chapters, member networks. And so you're going to see more of that. And one of the things that we're doing at some of these regionals and smaller events is also celebrating. So I don't want to give away what I'm going to talk about tomorrow, but
Just give it away.
They won't leave this room. They won't leave this room.
Tweet it.
But the bottom line is
Hold
that
on,
the
say it.
last couple of months have been jaw-dropping for us. We have increased and helped support and increase mainly small cap, Russell 2000. We've had some increases in Fortune 1000, but just in the last couple months, I'm going to say, we've had Alphabet, Target added their third Latina. We've had Bank of America add their second Latino. we've had, it's a Fortune 77 company, ConocoPhillips, who brought in, Dennis Adiola. Nike, just yesterday, finally announced, Monica Hill, that's huge. Fortune 105 Dollar General appointed a second Latina. So I can go on and on because there's a bigger list here, and I know also another highlight of one of our members, Guillermo Diaz was appointed to Jack in the Box. Yay! That's only like half of the list just in the last few months, and so it takes a village, and it takes raising awareness, and it takes really. Our members sell themselves. These are very accomplished individuals, right? And so when we take these events also to celebrate, and I probably missed some people in this room that also recently got on boards, right? Miriam, and we have, I know we celebrated a lot of folks in some of the other regions, so I don't know if I'm missing anybody who's in the room. Rodrigo
Miriam.
in the last year, who have gotten on some of their recent boards. We're here to celebrate that. I don't have my wine with me here. I'll keep this one. We're going to toast and cheer to making some progress, one person at a time, but we're going to multiply this together.
Yeah.
Cheers.